See Mike McCoy. I know Press Taylor's up in the booth. And here's Beathard throwing an out route, and it is caught. Nice catch. Speed, valuable asset for this football team behind a young quarterback. Beathard on 1st and 10 sets up the screen. Connor's got it with blockers in front of him. A little bit of steam, and he manages to pick up 4 shotgun. Turns and fires, and this one is taken away from Tim Jones. And Beathard's the only one that can save the pick 6. And they're not going to do it. Martin Emerson Jr. stepped and took the ball away from Tim Jones.
Doug and the coaching staff, they're looking to see some of these young players really make an impact, people unheralded, and not just on the Jaguars, but on other teams around the NFL. There's a lot of players who flew under the radar and can make an impact here in the preseason.
Jaguars' run defense has been really strong tonight. They did get the 41-yard.
You know, Rayshon Jenkins certainly made a big play, and young defense making a lot of plays here in this game.
Empty backfield for Josh Dobbs with time. Slings one to the sideline. Jaguars are all over it. And the receiver's finally pulled down near the 48-yard line. There is a flag. So here's 1st and 10. At the 38-yard line in Jacksonville territory. Early going, 3rd quarter. Dobbs slings it out of the backfield. Ford has got it, makes a move to get inside of Adams, and is down near the 34-yard line.
As soon as the 7th round is over, to get on the phone and try and bring in all the best undrafted talent we can find. And James Robinson out of Illinois State is a great example of that. That was when we drafted off our yacht during the lockdown.
Here's the handoff to Ford looking for room, and he tries to bounce it outside. There's the seam. He's on the run again. Daniel Thomas gets him down inside the 20. You've got a young man that you were talking.
Very different, although a lot of the ones we found have been defensive backs and running backs here. Big.
Dobbs dumping it off underneath to the tight end. He turns it up inside the 10, still fighting for yardage, and pulled down near the 7-yard line. Oops, now we've got a little extracurricular, and a flag quickly into the middle of it all. 1st and goal from the 4. Heavy set. Dobbs hands off to Kelly, and he breaks the tackle and gets outside for the touchdown. However, there is a flag down. John Kelly Jr. is the back with Josh Dobbs. Pressure coming, and he is hit, but he launches this one, and it's incomplete here. Yeah. We've seen a lot of pressure. And here's right up the middle again, and Dobbs has to get rid of it because Jones once again.
Well, but not here in the NFL.
Right. All right, so the holding call took the touchdown off the board. The Jaguars defense at 1st and 2nd down have kept them at the 14-yard line. Pressure coming again. This one is incomplete. Thrown behind the intended target.
I know you remember it well, Brian.
I do. My boys loved it.
It was a great time. Well, we're coming back here October 21st.
31-yard field goal is up and good. It's 17-13.
Position battle. It's Taylor and Little at the right tackle spot.
All right, Brent, thanks. 1st and 10 of the 25. Jake Luton play action. Looks down the field for Marvin Hall and shoots it.
Determining factors in which guy gets the job.
Little, he looks like a left tackle playing on the right side. And I'm not sure if Baselli really appreciated that when I mentioned it to him in the 2nd quarter. But he's got such great feet. Here's a pass down the field looking for Marvin Hall, and it is just outside. I think if Little has an advantage, he's got lighter feet. He seems to move laterally just a little with less effort, I should say, than Juwan Taylor. But there's still 2 more preseason games and a couple of weeks of training camp for this battle. Luton under pressure goes down. He'll lose a few yards from his circumstance. Logan Cook has punted twice. And now a 3rd time that's below his standard, though it takes the bounce. Jamarcus Bradley gets it on the sideline near the 32-yard line. 17-13. Browns lead in the 3rd. 3 to play here in the 3rd quarter. They have scored 17 unanswered against the Jaguars' 2nd and 3rd team. Here's Dobbs again with play action. Under some pressure, gets away from Rudy Ford, who's running across the 40, gets away from Daniel Thomas. Finally, his run up.
See more and more explosive plays coming from Travis Etienne.
All the explosive plays are coming from the Browns side here in the 2nd half, as Jerome Ford takes the handoff, and he goes nowhere. He was TTN's face.
Yeah, you know, he's happy to be back, man. Like, he's been away for the game for a year. You know he wanted to have an opportunity to come back and show people what he can do.
Dobbs puts the ball right on the spot where his receiver could reach. First team All-SEC, led that league with 5 interceptions. Dobbs just runs away and threw the ball up at the last minute. And Ford pulled it in for the team.
Wow, great play by Josh Dobbs.
Extra point try will make it 24-13 if it's good. And it is.
But the offensive line has to be better up front. Got to run the ball to get him out of these 3rd and long situations. Everyone needs to pick up their game with him in the huddle.
4:48 to play here in the 3rd quarter. If you just turned the game on, you'd wonder what happened to the Jaguars. Well, they were up 13-0. Their first team looked great on both sides of the ball. Here's the handoff to Armstead, running right, and Rock finds a yard. Not much, 56 yards since that play.
Hasn't been right.
Yep, it hasn't been right. 2nd and 9. Play action, deep drop. Pressure coming. Luton turns and slings the ball and misses his intended target, but a flag is thrown.
Hands off him. Has to anticipate that play.
Dan Arnold in the offensive backfield. Luton under center. And here's Armstead trying to get outside on the left side. He's turned the corner with a head of steam inside the 45, and look at him push.
Yeah, need to push points on the board.
Arnold slides in motion into the backfield. Pressure coming. Luton backing up, turns and throws this one, and it's incomplete. He was just throwing it to a